message from the moon sat frozen on Naomi's monitor. "Do not turn the key." Naomi read it again. Across the Atlantic, Elias sat perfectly still. "That message didn't come from the Artemis crew." "No," Naomi said. "And it didn't come from NASA." Elias nodded. "It came through the fracture." Naomi pulled up the signal logs. The transmission path traced backward from the moon, down the energy beam, across the Pacific, and deep into Antarctica, straight into the ancient ring structure buried beneath the ice. She whispered, "That's where it came from." Elias leaned forward. Then something on the other side of the fracture just spoke to us. Director Halverson stood in the center of the control room as alarms quietly pulsed across multiple screens. "Signal analysis?" An analyst spoke. "It's not a simple broadcast." "What does that mean?" "It's targeted." Halverson frowned. "Targeted how?" "It was directed specifically at the Artemis node." Another technician added, "And at Naomi Calder's network." Halverson's eyes narrowed. "It knows who she is." Naomi's heart beat faster. "Elias, yes? I think it's been talking to us for a long time." He frowned. "What do you mean?" Naomi opened a new window, the Mandela Effect archive. Hundreds of strange memory discrepancies recorded over the last few decades. Logos, movies, historical events, small distortions scattered through culture. She highlighted a section. "These started increasing dramatically in the early 2000s. Elias nodded. "Yes." Naomi opened the Q archive beside it, then the monolith timeline, then the fracture anomaly reports. She layered all three datasets. The pattern appeared instantly. Elias saw it too. Not all of the timeline shifts came from monolith activations. "No." Naomi zoomed in. "Several Mandela effects occurred before certain monoliths appeared." Her voice dropped. "Those weren't corrections." Elias finished the thought. They were interference. Naomi leaned back slowly. "The thing beyond the fracture has been trying to destabilize the timeline for decades." Elias nodded. "Every shift weakens the lock, and the monolith network has been correcting them." "Yes," Naomi whispered. "It's a tug of war across history." Deep beneath the frozen continent, the ancient ring pulsed again. The fracture widened. For a moment, space-time stretched thin enough to reveal something beyond it. A presence that did not experience time the way humans did. To it, history was not a straight line. It was a field, a landscape, and it had been pushing against the lock for centuries, shifting events, altering memories, testing the boundaries of the prison. Now it sensed something dangerous. The key was almost in position. The moon. If the key turned, the fracture would close permanently and the entity would be trapped forever. Commander Volkov floated beside the console. The beam from Earth now shone clearly against the darkness of space. The crewmate shook his head slowly. "Houston wants us to hold position." Volkov nodded. "Until they understand what we're dealing with." The signal monitor peaked again. Another transmission arrived. She sighed. "Please don't be another creepy message." The screen flickered. The words appeared slowly. "You do not understand," Volkov exhaled. "Yeah, there it is." Naomi stared at the growing signal stream. More messages now, faster, more urgent. The entity was communicating directly. Elias studied the pattern. "This is not random." "No." Naomi decoded another message. 3 words appeared. "The lock is wrong." She frowned. "That doesn't make sense." Elias leaned forward. "What if it does?" "What do you mean?" "What if the lock was never meant to imprison it?" Naomi's heart skipped slightly. Then what was it meant to do? Elias answered slowly. "What if it was meant to keep something else out?" Naomi felt a cold wave of realization. 2 sides. Yes. She stared at the fracture map again. If that thing escapes. Elias finished the thought. Something worse may follow. Halverson watched the Artemis station telemetry. The alignment is almost complete. An analyst nodded. The beam from the trench is stabilizing. canvassing turned, time until for alignment. Less than 4 hours. Another technician spoke. Sir, the fracture energy just doubled again. Halverson stared at the Antarctic display. The ring beneath the ice glowed brighter now. Something was pushing hard against the barrier. Hard enough that the timeline itself was beginning to bend. He whispered, "We're running out of time." Naomi looked at the moon shining outside her window, then at the message still blinking on her screen. "Do not turn the key," she whispered softly. "Why are you so afraid of the lock closing?" The response came almost instantly. "We are not the prisoners."